guys, what's going on? Welcome back to Agents of Marvel. I am your host, Clement Bryant, and we are coming live from the Stream.TV studios in Hollywood, California. We got a lot of Marvel news to talk about, specifically our discussion about Logan, Thor Ragnarok, which dropped today. We have some Iron Fist news that we're going to get into. We have some more comic news. Guys, we got a lot of
Inhumans.
Inhumans. We got a lot of news to discover. So first, I'm going to throw it to my co-host. We got Madison Brunoehler. How's it going, Maddie?
What up, guys? It is Madison Brunoehler, also known as Maddie to the Max, and it is so good to be back with these fun people. You should have heard us before the show. We were just losing it. It was beautiful. Now let's do it with the cameras rolling.
Tatiana Hullender.
Hello, everyone. It is I, Tatiana Hullender, and today I'm wearing glasses, which I feel is a momentous occasion, but I'm not actually sure if it is. Regardless, I am ready to talk Logan.
You joined the cool people.
I have.
And we got Lewis Love, who is joining the Agents of Marvel show as our new host. Welcome back, Lewis.
Well, thanks for having me here. This is Lewis Love, like he said. No confusion there.
Yeah.
And you can find, I'm from Nuke the Fridge, and you can find me on Twitter, and I'm ready to talk to you guys about all things Marvel.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So first things up. Okay, guys. So we're going to get into some spoilers to Logan. If you did not see Logan or you do not want to be spoiled, put your computers on mute now. We will come back and talk about more things outside of Logan, but if you don't want to be spoiled, we're warning you now.
And try not to read lips either.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll just be bad. All right, guys. So I'm going to throw it to Tatiana first. What did you think about Logan?
Oh, okay. I had so many feelings about Logan. First of all, I thought it was a really well-made movie. Definitely the best X-Men movie that I've seen so far.
Yes.
I agree.
What can I? Okay, the little girl was amazing.
Daphne King?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was incredible, and I actually was surprised, just like that she spoke in Spanish for so long and so well. I didn't realize that she was going to be like literally a Spanish child,
Right.
a Spanish-speaking child.
I know you were happy about that.
Yes, I was happy about that, because it's honestly very rare that you get Spanish-speaking characters who can speak Spanish.
Right.
Yeah. So
that's
that
true.
was
It was very
amazing.
good.
Yeah.
I responded so well to Logan.
Yes.
There were so many scenes in Logan that I thought they were going to do the whole corny things, like that scene of where X-24 came into the picture and he killed everybody.
That was horrible.
I thought that was going to be a nightmare from Wolverine's point of view.
Yeah.
And when they kept on going with it, I was like, actually, this is not a nightmare. I was actually shocked for it.
Yeah. I will say that was the one thing that I didn't like in
Why?
the movie. I felt like it was going to the extreme without a reaction from Logan. Because he
feel
didn't
you.
really care about that family.
Right.
So it was just to hurt me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it was like,
Yeah, it was
thanks,
sad.
guys.
It was a little
but,
sad.
Whereas the emotional impact of that scene was, I'm literally about to call him Patrick Stewart, Xavier dying.
Yeah.
So if he had been the only one to die, or if the parents had died and the kid had been a mutant, that would have been,
That
at
would've
least
been-
there would have been a little bit more of like,
Right.
not just like, well, don't help random white people because you're gonna die.
Lewis, you gave us our thoughts last week, but now that we are in spoilers, what are your thoughts about it?
Daphne King, and Daphne King.
He said it.
That's
Yes.
all I can say.
Daphne King. Well, that girl, if you guys have not seen this movie, you need to see it because the spoilers or the trailers do not do her justice.
No.
At all. At all. Like, this girl is a star in the making. Like, watch her. Hopefully she doesn't go down the Lindsay Lohan route, but
Oh, God.
shade. But she will be someone soon.
Yes.
And here's the deal. There's no interviews with her yet. I've
No.
been looking around the
I've been
internet
trying to
'cause-
find it.
Yeah, some people have been actually saying that she should be recast.
What?
And guys, if they recast her, they're missing the point. I'm done. Because here's the thing: why do we love Hugh Jackman so much? Because he's been doing it for
Yeah.
17 years.
Right.
So I've actually heard people say that she needs to be cast an older actress,
Oh, to be
so
more
she could be in
sellable?
spandex.
Yeah, because what's so crucial about the ending is like the hope that's in the new generation, and they're so young and still
Exactly.
doing it for themselves.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Absolutely. And
Exactly.
I desperately want her to have her own movie. I would so love to
Yes.
see just a solo X-23 movie, and especially with Daphne.
And
it had to be
it
with
has to
Daphne
be
because
Daphne.
she's so good,
It-
and she absolutely embodies that character so completely.
was so good.
And I had so many feels during this movie. I cried at an X-Men movie.
I laughed. Right, exactly. Like,
You laughed at an
You
X-Men
laughed at
movie.
Exactly. Like, but like for a good way. But like,
Yeah.
there were so many pathos. I cried. I laughed. I
Right.
was scared.
Yeah.
Like, she's what, 11 years old, and she brought so much to the role. Like, I've never seen someone like that attack a role in a comic movie like that.
Yeah.
You know, the crazy part is that I think the movie was so good that I don't want to see more Wolverine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was scared when they added a scene to it, or there was a rumor of that. It's like,
No.
it's weird that you could say that. It's like, it's so good, I don't want to see more.
Right. It's like the
'Cause
perfect
usually-
end note.
Correct.
I don't want Wolverine. I didn't want a thing where his hand was
Oh
coming
my
up
gosh,
at the end.
I was
No.
almost.
I didn't
was
want
nervous.
that.
I
I was
was
so glad they
nervous.
didn't have that. I think this is the perfect end because this is Hugh Jackman's last film as Wolverine. It's a great little closer. It's great. Now hand it off to the next generation. Let them carry it. Don't be like, oh, we have to bring them back now. It's like, nah.
Exactly.
Nah.
But that
New people, it's okay.
Exactly. That end scene though, that broke me.
Oh,
I saw it at the
absolutely.
Chinese theater
Yes.
last Friday, and I saw grown men in their seats crying.
Yeah.
Like I had tears in my eyes.
Yeah.
Because she was finally admitting to Logan that you're my father.
Oh,
Yes.
God, yes.
And,
Daddy,
and
Daddy.
the fact that he was finally going, oh,
I see
that's
now.
how it feels to have a family.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's what broke me. And then I just like,
and
I
she
can't.
turned
I
the
can't.
cross on the X, and I was just like,
Oh.
I was done.
Yes.
I sat in the me paying a $15 parking ticket. I sat in my car and I was just like, oh my God, why am I crying about X-Men right now?
Yeah.
But it was so good.
It's interesting too that it speaks to like two different generations that movies
Right.
don't often speak to.
Exactly.
Which is like the elder generation.
Yeah.
And then very young, the very young generation.
Yeah.
You know, like that
Totally.
both of them are valid members of society that
Yeah.
can contribute in
And like
whatever
what you
way.
said last week, how this was such a smaller, intimate, more personal
Correct.
film. I love that.
Yeah.
I want so much more of that. I don't want
Yeah.
this, the world is ending and we have to go and stop them in one big last stand. It's
Yeah.
like,
I mean, we're gonna
no.
still get that, but seeing
Yeah.
stuff like that
It
come.
was just nice.
So what is, I forget, I'm sorry, the name of the actor, the main bad guy, he deserves a shout out too.
Boyd Holbrook,
He was
he
awesome.
was
Yes.
good.
All right.
And that was gonna be my next one.
Because no one's talking about him because you had such other
You had
great
Daphne,
performances.
you had Daphne,
yeah.
but, like,
let's give him a shout out.
Boyd
Dude, you're
Holbrook,
rad.
like
Yeah. Very nicely done.
He was definitely creepy and
he was creepy.
and smarmy.
Richard E. Grant, who played the professor, he was good. Everybody bought it. Even Stephen Merchant, who played Caliban. I was like, Stephen Merchant
Caliban.
in X-Men,
Yeah.
he's a comedian. I was like,
And he was
what?
so good.
And he was very good, very nuanced.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was
Yeah.
like, I was surprised.
So as far as comedians are concerned, what I know about comedians or what I've seen is that they could touch emotion when
Yeah.
they go do stand up.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
comedians are
No,
underestimated.
don't get me wrong
as
about
well.
comedians. I'm just like, he's never done a role like that, so
Yeah.
I'm not sure how he would approach it.
Yeah.
But that was
Correct.
good.
Amazing.
But guys, if you guys have any thoughts about Logan, comment Agents of Marvel in the YouTube stream or hashtag Agents of Marvel on Twitter or on Facebook because we want to hear what you're saying about Logan and more of the topics that we're going to get into.
Perry Kelly says that Logan topped the charts in this week and
Yeah.
it deserves to.
Yeah.
I think it got 257 worldwide, 270 million
And it's
worldwide.
like the second highest
Right.
rated R opening after
Yeah.
Deadpool, right?
After Deadpool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this week it has some stiff competition with Kong. Obviously, it may get taken out, but I think it's still going to be in good
We'll see
hands.
what happens.
Yeah.
So, on the note, we got to move on. But that teaser for Deadpool 2 that played in front of Logan was hilarious.
That was so good.
I love the fact that they were playing off like the whole superhero trope of pretending in a phone booth. And I was like,
Yeah.
Deadpool, get on the phone booth and kill this guy. Like, it was amazing. Like I was just laughing so loud in the theater. Someone told me to shut up.
Oh my God.
And
No.
And as a fan of both Marvel and DC, we've heard a lot of trouble in the production of the new Deadpool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was cool to see that still they were able to make this little short that was
Yeah.
great. DC, some advice? Could you please
Right.
make us feel nice?
And
You
even
know,
the
give us
guy
a
who
good
was
fun-
directing Deadpool 2, David Leitch, who did John Wick,
Yeah.
he came in and nailed the tone of Deadpool
Yes.
immediately.
Right.
So I'm like, I want to see more of this.
You know,
Even
for a
that
second,
laugh.
when the little short started, I thought like, oh my God, is Deadpool in Logan? Like, how
Yeah.
did they keep this a
I
secret?
was like,
Yeah.
no.
And I was like, this is really weird. Like, this is not how people were saying it was going to start at all.
Right.
Yeah,
And honestly, I want to add a second note. If they would have put Deadpool and Logan, I would have been pissed.
no. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
That would have
Yeah.
been totally
Well,
I would
different.
have been pissed.
My initial reaction was pissed because I had already seen Logan.
Uh-huh.
So I was like, not pissed, but
You're
kind of
like,
like,
"Bad."
oh man,
Yeah.
cheapening the movie.
Yeah.
But the way they did it was, this is a teaser trailer, so
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah,
It worked.
totally.
Now, something that I heard that's really fun, there's a rumor, a theory going around the internet that the guy that got shot, that got mugged, is actually Uncle Ben, and it's a prequel to Spider-Man Homecoming.
No.
That'll just be messed up.
That would be so horrible.
So let's keep
That
on
would be so mean.
moving.
Also, that dude
Oh,
is
wait,
way
what
too
you got?
old for Aunt May. I'm just saying.
I
That's
think
not
it was-
right.
I
We're
actually-
getting off topic.
Speaking of off topic,
Off topic.
I think it was
What?
Bruce Wayne's dad who got shot in the alley.
Oh.
Thomas
Okay,
Wayne.
now we're crossing universes. Back to the Marvel universe. The three and all.
Captain Marvel.
I think you're a
production.
bad influence.
Yeah, right?
But keep on going on. So, Captain Marvel's production date has been revealed. So, it's going to start filming in January 2018.
Too late. Why is this happening? So far from now. I'm so mad. about
I
that.
want to see it, but they still even haven't found a director yet.
Right. I mean, yeah.
Well, we know they have a director locked. They just haven't
just haven't
announced
said
it
it.
yet.
Yeah.
But I want Captain Marvel so bad. Like,
Yeah, I
Brie
mean,
Larson,
I'm gonna go see Kong just to watch Brie Larson.
Larson, yeah.
So you know.
I actually sat next to her
What?
during the con
Y'all need to
junket.
get me in on this. Like, come
Where's
on.
love? Where's
Yeah.
Clement's invite?
What's up, guys?
Where's Clement's invite?
His shoulder rubbed, like accidentally
Oh
bumped
my
into her.
gosh.
You looked into
Anyways,
Jesus' eyes.
let-
You gazed. Pools
She
of
told you to
longing.
go away.
That's exactly what happened.
yo, okay.
Just like that.
This is not Agents of Romance. This is Agents of Marvel.
She's
The
gonna
three
do,
y'all.
she's gonna do great the way
Yeah.
she carries herself. She's so professional.
She's gonna be great.
She's a great actress. In my opinion, she was underused in Kong.
I agree. And then Scott Pilgrim too.
Of course.
Yeah.
Like,
So
Yeah.
The Injustice years later.
right.
She actually in real life when you meet her, she has a presence. So it's gonna be awesome. And like you said, can't come soon enough.
Yeah.
But Marvel's got it down. They'll have it
Marvel's
up
got it
before
down.
you know it.
So speaking of more production news, so we have some Ant-Man news, that it's got its production name, Cherry Blue.
Cherry Blue.
Oh, that's its production name.
That's
Yeah.
the production
I
name.
was like,
wanna
that's a
know-
terrible name for
Right.
the Ant-Man too.
Maybe it's like some sort of like reference to Wasp's costume because it
That's
is
what I was
blue.
thinking.
Oh, yeah.
That's
It's
what I
like
was
blue with the red stripes on
Yeah,
it, but I
okay.
don't know.
Yeah.
That'll be
Well,
interesting.
cherry blue.
Cherry Blue.
Well, cherries are high concentration in sugar. Ants like sugar.
There you go.
Oh.
There you go. Mind
Bringing the
blown.
science back to us
Clever.
now.
No, but
Clever.
isn't there a rumor
What?
that first off that Sharon Stone is going to play Janet in the movie?
There's been a rumor about Sharon Stone being in Guardians 2. That's been floating around here and there before we know who was confirmed.
Well, hopefully, I hope that we get to see Janet in it, right? Because
Yeah.
I would assume that we
I
see
w- I
both
wanna see,
pairs
yeah.
of Ant-Man and Wasp.
Yeah.
And I think it should be Sharon Stone because of Fatal Attraction. I'm just saying. This is my feeling.
Okay,
I have
let's
strong
move
feelings
on
on
to
this.
the big news of the night.
Yes.
We finally get some teaser image for Thor Ragnarok
Yep.
and his haircut. Like,
No.
first of all, okay, I'm straight, but where are the locks that Thor is known for?
I know.
Excuse me?
I'm not
He has no
racist.
hair. He's got like a buzz cut. He looks like he's in the military.
I know.
Maybe he has an
It looks-
depression buzz cut at the start of the movie, and
I was like, what
it
the
goes
heck?
down as he gets happier.
It just
Right.
looks like something from like Mad Max, and I'm like, no, you cut the Thoriel. You can't cut the Thoriel because he's worth it. You can't do that.
And on the EW cover, he did not have Mjolnir. He had two swords, which goes back to that theory
Maybe it's
about
an
him
evil
having a new
clone.
hammer in Infinity War.
Guys, it's
Maybe it's an evil clone.
It's variety, though. You know, we've seen them in a
Right.
lot of movies. It's I kind of like the look.
I like
Shorter
it too,
hair,
but it's
yeah.
just a shock.
Yeah,
But-
it's just variety. Hair could grow back.
right.
Not on me, but on Thor,
Totally.
it grows back.
On some
Especially
others.
because it's always been a wig. So.
Guys, I gotta say though, Kate Blanchett is hella. I saw that, I was like, I was speechless. I had a pen in my hand. I was like jotting down stuff at work, and my friend, Andy,
Yeah, of
the
course,
Marvel,
I know
he
your
sent
friend
this to me,
Andy.
and he's like, you gotta see this. Full blown image. I was like, that can't be Kate Blanchett as hella with the black hair, the black makeup.
I didn't
on her.
recognize her
like,
first either.
I was like, oh my god.
So there's some theory about her being Lady Thor.
Lady Thor.
Or
I haven't
Thor,
heard this.
one of her
Wow.
forms, because she looks like Thor
Right.
in the picture.
Yeah.
So I don't know if people are talking about that. So
That'd be interesting.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That could lead credence to the whole hammer theory that's going on with
That
Infinity
he gets
War,
another. Yeah.
based off the comic book. So that'll be interesting. But even then, I like how Valkyrie looks, how Tessa Thompson looks.
Yes,
in Valkyrie.
yes. Amazing.
She looked really good,
Absolutely.
and Loki and Jeff Goldblum. Like I was like,
that's right.
he got the blue like lip thing going on. He's got the hair going on. I'm like, this is not Jeff Goldblum, Jurassic Park, Ian Malcolm. What is going on here?
But every time I see Jeff Goldblum, my heart is filled with joy, no matter what he looks like.
He looks like he looks like the collector from Guardians of the Galaxy.
And
Maybe they're cousins. They could be cousins or
They
something.
are. They're actually related in the comic books.
See?
The Grandmaster.
Look at that.
and-
I know
Look
things.
at that.
I know things.
I know comics.
Yeah, you have all that information stored up in your
Anyways,
brain.
let's keep on moving because we got more stuff to cover. But Thor Ragnarok, guys, coming out in November this year. This will be a Thor that you want.
For my birthday, November.
Aw.
Hey, you should take us for your birthday.
I will.
Oh, yeah,
I will.
do it.
Chinese theater.
Your gift to
Hollywood.
us. Your
Kidding.
gift to us on
Yes.
your
Kidding.
birthday.
No, I love to make
kidding.
people happy.
I'm kidding. I'm joking.
So we're trying
but
to
let's
help
keep it
people.
moving. So we have a return date. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. will return on April 4th.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
But this new key art is creepy as hell,
I
y'all.
know.
Hail Hydra, man.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
The Agents of Hydra.
It's so weird.
Right.
I was
Also
like, what?
weird that there's a dead person in the photo.
Well, she's
what
not
is
dead.
Simmons doing
And
there?
if they kill Simmons off, I
No,
know
She's
that.
coming back. She is coming back.
Honestly, she's gonna be like crawling her way out of that grave.
Yeah, she is. She is coming for her fits, baby.
Yeah.
That's what's happening.
gonna come back from the dead.
She's like,
It's gonna be
who
like an
is this
episode of-
other person.
Like
who
a
is she?
TV version of the movie Buried, right? Like,
but what's-
get me out of here.
Yo.
What's really
nuts.
creepy is the fact that the logo is now green.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
like it's the flip side of it.
Yeah,
But
right.
it's also really funny because if you put them right next to each other, it looks like Christmas.
Oh, that is very funny. Look at that.
Interesting.
Because it'll be like Christmas
Y'all are
when
nuts.
they turn the green to red again.
Yeah, there
Y'all
you
are
go.
nuts.
So the new logo is very colorful.
It's got
It's-
it's got
It's very
green. It has
green.
Hydra logo on
Yeah.
it. Everything.
Yeah.
It's on the Facebook cover photo they have for Agent S.H.I.E.L.D. and the Twitter cover photo.
Yeah.
So
and
it's
then
like
it's still the same universe. I don't know if
Yeah.
you noticed,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
a lot of people noticed that the Thor logo is very colorful as well.
Yeah.
So maybe it's a kind of like
It's a connection.
We're
there's a lot more
little
color in the Thor in
change.
the past.
Yes.
And I think I attribute that to Guardians because of James Gunn.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah. James
absolutely.
Gunn is out here changing the world.
Yeah, he is.
One movie
He's-
poster at a time.
He's revolutionizing
Right.
how people are approaching Marvel movies now.
the people's hero.
The people's hero.
All right, y'all, we got to keep on moving on.
No!
So we finally have the full cast for Marvels and Humans. Guys,
And it
it's
looks
a,
great.
It's a
Yes.
stat cast.
Yeah.
So last week we told you that Anson Mount's going to play Black Bolt. Serena Swan is going to be Medusa. Who else is on? Ewan Ryan is going to be Maximus.
Ken Lung.
Ken Lung that was the new one. Ken Lung's gonna be Karnak. So we have the full cast. So let's break it down. So we have Emmy Ickwalker who's gonna play Gorgon. We
Yeah.
have Isabel Cornish who's gonna play Crystal, which I'm very gonna be nitpick that performance because Crystal.
Oh,
is-
she's your girl?
She's
Yeah.
my girl. Mike Moe is gonna play Triton. Sonia Ballamore is gonna play Oron, who's gonna be like the kind of royal guard of the Inhumans.
Right, right.
We have
You always
Ellen
gotta have one of
Waldblum,
those.
who's gonna play an undisclosed character who works at a private aerospace company.
Yeah, what kind of undisclosed
Huh.
character do you think that is?
If it wasn't for the fact that Brie Larson is Captain Marvel, I would
would
have been
think
like,
that was
I would have
her,
been like
right,
Captain
yeah,
Marvel in
yeah.
that one.
Is there another Captain Marvel character that it could be?
I don't know. I've been trying. This has been racking my brain for the last
A
week.
private
I can-
aerospace.
I'm like,
is it Carol Ferris? No, just kidding. What? She works in what?
that's DC.
Everyone-
Tatiana Hullender.
She's sitting next to me. That's why it's.
It's
fucking-
he
rubbing
infected
off.
doesn't know
me.
It's
it
rubbing
was
He
off.
just
infected
combining
me.
all
That's
the
what happened.
Yo, we gotta
universes.
keep on moving. And then Lockjaw's gonna be a part of the cast.
Who's voicing Lockjaw though? That's what's really important.
Lockjaw? I don't know. But that would be interesting. So, guys, that's gonna be. I think it's gonna drop September 1st too in theaters for IMAX
Wow.
for the first two
It's
episodes.
so incredible to me that this is happening so fast.
I can't
Like-
I have a worry that they're rushing it a little bit, but I want to see where they're gonna take
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes, if you have a really, really fast deadline, you can produce something amazing under pressure.
Hashtag X-Men First Class.
Sometimes you don't
But-
need that. So
Let's
we'll
keep
have
on
to
moving
find
it
out.
though. So we have to get into this discussion now. We can't spend much time on this, but so Iron Fist is over a little week away. But there's been a lot of news lately. Finn Jones leaving Twitter
And coming
because
back.
coming back because of the first discussion and the reviews that started to hit it today, guys. So I'm gonna throw it to Lewis. What is your take on all this, man?
Well, I'm gonna wait and see and watch. I want to give a shout out to Jeffrey Harris, who's from 411 Mania. He has a review up.
I know of him, yeah.
Yeah, so I want to give him a shout out. Check out his review. I usually agree with him. I know there's controversy with the casting. It goes both ways. The character's usually Caucasian, correct?
Yeah, he's always been Caucasian.
But there's also like this is another chance, another opportunity to cast someone of Asian descent.
Yeah.
My thing is, there's always an excuse not to cast someone who's Asian. That's
And I
what
agree with
Hollywood
you.
always has an excuse. I mean,
And
if
I
it's
agree
not,
with
if it's not this, it's not that. Maybe there was an opportunity here.
Right. And they auditioned Asian actors to
Right.
play Iron Fist.
And Asian actors who are very good at martial arts.
Yeah.
Exactly.
As
Which is a
opposed
critic
to-
of, which is like
yeah.
a criticism of the reviews of the
But
show.
as a Hispanic guy, I never get represented, so
Right.
I'm used to like.
Hey, I'm black
getting-
and I don't get represented either.
Right.
I can't.
Except
I
here.
got a cold.
On the
Except
street.
here,
Oh, yeah.
it's on the screen.
He has a cold.
But but yeah, like I don't know, like I understand what you're saying, but it's
Yeah.
kind of like a damned if you do, damned if you don't
Correct.
situation. Because if you cast an Asian American as Iron Fist, you risk alienating the core fan base who's going to tune in. But at the same time, you cast a white person, you're gonna get it on both sides.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
like I've said before, I think that what is the core fan base looking for that they need him to be white?
Right.
You know? Like
Exactly.
nothing about his character changes if he is Asian American, especially because there is a very real push and pull dynamic between Asians in Asia and Asian Americans, right? Like you're not considered one of them when you go there.
Right.
Just like if I go to Peru, like they're like, oh, well, you're American, you know? And then when I'm here, they're like, oh, but you speak Spanish. Like, what's going on here, right? So like there
Right.
is that
Yeah.
kind of source material that you could have adapted in mind because
And I gotta say though, seeing how Scott Buck is the showrunner for Iron Fist and Inhumans, I am a little worried about Inhumans now. But at the same time, I feel like Scott Buck was kind of in a kind of F's position with Iron Fist.
right.
Because of everything that's going on
Yeah.
with it.
I think it's
And-
going to be a very different
Yeah,
situation
it's gonna be
on
very
it, you know?
different, but we'll see.
And I feel like whatever goes on with Iron Fist won't be necessarily a reflection of
Right.
him.
Exactly.
No, I don't think
Totally.
so either. Yeah.
Madison, do you have any thoughts on this before we move
Well,
on?
I can't really say anything about the racial thing because
Right.
I'm extremely white. I don't know if you guys have noticed.
We
this
haven't
about-
noticed!
I
When
am-
did you become
I just
white?
dropped a bomb on you guys. What just happened? Yeah, I'm white.
Anyways, keep
But
going.
what I am
Thank you for your
interested in-
confession, Madison.
Okay, there you go. I feel like a weight has been lifted. I am more interested in if the story is
Right.
good. If it is, if it ties in with Defenders, if it ties in with Jessica Jones and Luke Cage and Daredevil, if it ties that in good and it's a good, compelling story, then I'm fine.
Right.
As of right now, we're getting what kind of mixed reaction? What would
I
you
would say
Yeah.
we're leaning towards negative from a lot of things that I've seen.
Okay, so I had a theory about that, as we talked earlier, is about Daredevil being one of the best shows on television,
Right.
especially the first season.
Right.
They had to prove themselves in Daredevil
Right.
to get several seasons
Right.
and to pull these other shows
Right.
out of the hat. Now they're making shows knowing they have second, third, fourth season, so they kind of give you a slow burn, they make a storyline lag. It's like The Walking Dead. Nothing really happens on that show.
So we'll see.
So,
And it might be in a case where you have to watch the whole thing,
Right.
too.
We
in
gotta
the
see it
six
because
episodes.
Press only got the first 6
Yeah,
episodes.
exactly. I think that
That's
should
true.
be enough. That
But-
should be enough.
Correct.
But maybe
But who knows?
you need
But
all
Luke
10
Cage
or all
was the
13.
same way.
Yes,
Luke
that's
Cage
true.
was great for the first 7 episodes, and then episode 8 it kind of waned a little bit, and then it came back.
Yeah, I think I read a review that was saying that like that was the problem with
Yeah.
a lot of Marvel Netflix series, where it's like they're
Right.
really well plotted, and then it's like suddenly
Yeah.
they kind of middle, and this is like the opposite.
But we got to keep on moving.
and real
guys.
quick, Daredevil
Yeah.
second season was
Go.
kind of for
Yeah.
me a little.
I like the
yeah.
second season.
It was good, but not.
So we got a couple more things. The last thing for us to talk about. So, a member of the Whedonverse has joined the X-Men Fox pilot. Amy Acker is back, and Kobe Bell is reuniting with his Burn Notice creator, Matt Nix, for the show. I'm excited. I love Amy Acker. Kobe Bell is such a good actor. I'm over them. It was like, Amy Acker.
Amy
I was
Acker,
like,
amazing.
yes.
She's such a good actress.
Yes.
Yeah,
Just in
she's so
everything.
good. She's really good.
She's so good.
Guys, if you did not see her, what was it? She did a Shakespeare movie with Joss Whedon a
Yes.
couple years ago.
Much Ado About
Much Ado About
Nothing.
Nothing.
Much Ado-
It's
she
the
was
best
really good.
Shakespeare play,
Yeah.
by
She's
the way.
very
I couldn't
good.
understand a word they were saying,
but
I
you
got
felt it.
I got the entire story from their body language.
Yeah, it was
I knew
perfect.
nothing
Yeah.
about what they were
Do
talking
you guys
about.
think that based on the description of the X-Men series that it has any tie-in to Logan and like what happened to the X-Men?
I don't know because there's not been a lot of details from the show about
Right.
the show. They're keeping
It just,
it really
but it
close
just
to
like
the
because it
vest.
seems like it's like people on the run because they're mutants. So
Right.
I'm like, I
Yeah.
wonder if it's just gonna be like a separate situation or if it's.
See,
or if they
originally I
can-
thought it was going to be like a Morlocks type situation where they're going to be like on the run in the sewers like the Morlocks were in the
yes.
comic books. But now that there's going to be more of like a family setting, I'm kind of confused and I don't know which way this is
Yeah.
going to go.
I wonder if they would do both. Like they would have it kind of split with an A cast and a B cast, and half of it's the Morlocks and half of it's like the family thing. That would be kind of
That
interesting.
would be
'cause I
interesting.
would love to see some Morlocks represented
definitely.
in the shows.
I mean, X3.
I'm just so happy that there's an X-Men on TV. What the hell?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
That's
Right.
rad.
That's not animated.
All right.
Not animated, right?
That's true.
Right.
So let's keep on moving. So we're gonna shift to the comic merch verse, which is our last category. So they have announced more events, Marvel events are on the horizon. That edge of the Venom verse. What are your thoughts on this, Toddy?
Okay, my thoughts are that I'm just, I'm getting into the Venom
Yeah.
comic series right now, but I feel like it's kind of unnecessary. Like, it seems like another jump off the way they did Gwenpool, right? Like, oh,
Agreed.
let's do variant covers and now let's do a cool thing. And Gwenpool turned out really awesome.
Yeah.
But I'm not really sure how much you can mine out of many different Venoms and, like, what happens with their venomness.
Right.
Like, how many iterations of that can there be? So I guess it's good that it's just gonna be like 5 issues, right?
Yeah, it's gonna have to like 5 or 6 issues, so we'll see how that goes. It piqued my interest, but the one that's really getting to me, which sounds interesting, is Marvel Generations.
There's not enough information. I don't know what's
Right.
going on, but yeah, I am interested. It sort
Right.
of sounds like an Avengers plus Champions situation.
Yeah.
You know?
Totally. What do you, Lewis? So you're like really well versed in the comics. Have you heard about this project at all?
I have not. I do work at a comic shop called Frankenstein.
Yeah.
Weekly comic shop, and I try to.
You can't try to keep up with
Try
it.
to, but there is a lot of material,
lot.
guys.
There's a lot.
There's a lot of
Yep.
material. Some of it doesn't even get completed sometimes.
Yeah.
So it's like it's hard to keep a grasp on it.
Yeah.
But it's great to have people reading all the time.
I mean, Marvel Generations though, you're seeing like the old versions of their
Yeah.
comic books, like Miss Marvel and Captain Marvel, Richard Rider Nova. You're seeing Sam Alexander.
Exactly.
It's like it's
love,
crazy.
I'm so big on the idea of legacy, and I think it's so
Right.
like what you leave behind for the people that are next. You
Yeah.
know, is such
Yeah.
it's such a
Yeah,
great
agreed.
Yeah.
theme to mine. So
Yeah.
I really hope that we see them really develop that.
Yeah, totally. So let's keep on moving on. We got a couple more things. So there's a new X team for Marvel Resurrection with my favorite, Old Man Logan. I'm like, yeah. Archangel, Rogue. I'm like, all right.
There's
I'm
gonna
getting
be,
down. I'm
there's
getting
gonna
funky.
be so many Logan teams, X-Men teams. Like, I don't even know where to look
X-Force,
anymore.
this guy,
Yeah,
this guy.
yeah.
It's gonna be great.
Gold, blue.
How's the artwork on that? Are
The
they
artwork
using-
looks really good.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if we already showed it on the on our show.
Yeah.
We showed a panel from it, but it looks really creative and really good. They got to get to like a stark red background, and you see the 4 comic book characters are gonna be X-Men. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm so happy. I'm crying right now.
Speaking of X-Men, Bethany Stevens says, I'm so excited for the new X-Men series.
Us too,
Yes,
Bethany.
Us too.
Us too.
Want you to-
X-Men after show.
there you go.
Anyways, self-promotion. So we have one last thing to talk about with comic verse. So this week in comics. So this week we'll see the debut of Man-Thing #1 by Goosebumps writer R.L. Stein.
Yes, that's what's so exciting. You know,
That's
like,
very good.
If you were like me, that you were obsessed with Goosebumps as a child, I definitely want to know
Right.
what his comic book is going to look like, right?
Same here. We have Nova #4, which has
Yes.
some romance going on.
I was going to say,
Little
that's
bit.
all about the romance. There's some Gamora over here.
Yeah,
and there's
Gamora.
that Lisa, who's like all up in
Sam Alexander.
Sam's business, and he likes it.
We'll see. So we have, to your note, Unbelievable Gwenpool 13,
Yes.
Unbeatable
if you like
Squirrel Girl
D&D,
18.
read Unbelievable Gwenpool.
Yes.
And if
Read
you,
Gwenpool.
Yeah. If you
Squirrel
love
Girl's really
squirrels,
good.
Yeah, I had just read it. I just
Yeah.
read it before I got here, and we get a new big bad maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah,
Maybe.
there you go.
So we got a couple minutes left. So guys, quickly, hero villain of the week. Throw it to the new co-host, Lewis.
Hero?
Yeah,
Hero
who's your
villain of the week.
hero?
Well, who do you think? Daphne Keene.
Yay!
All right, villain.
Oh, the guy we talked about from Logan again. I'm doing
Boyd Holbrook.
one-dimensional.
Boyd
Okay, I'll give you
Yes.
that.
Oh
Tati.
no, I don't have another one. Okay, I'm gonna say I have to say someone. Daphne Keane is definitely my hero.
Daphne Keane?
Yes.
Daphne Keane is
And
my
villain?
hero. And my villain is Iron Man fist reviews. Because they sound.
Madison.
Well, I'm gonna I had it written down first before you guys, but it's also Daphne King because she's amazing.
Yep.
And my villain is the mugger from the Deadpool trailer
There
because he
you
killed
go.
Uncle Ben.
That was
Okay.
so mean of him.
That's cool.
And of course, I'm going to add to the chorus, Daphne Keane. Amazing.
Yes.
My villain, though, is going to be X-24.
Oh.
Because he messed Wolverine up.
Yeah, he was.
He messed him up.
And
And
he's
he
not a
killed
nice guy.
Charles.
Yeah,
And he
that
killed
was so
Charles.
awful.
It was so sad.
And that nice
and-
family who didn't do anything to anyone.
And I have to add to the I will support an Oscar nomination for Patrick Stewart
Oh.
Yes.
I
Has
have
he
to throw
not
that in
gotten-
there.
All right.
because he was spectacular.
He was marvelous.
Yeah, he was marvelous
But
in that. So, guys, we got to also shout out our Agents of we thank you for watching Agents of Marvel, but we got to shout out our Facebook group created by Lance Offresser for the stream. Thank you, Lance, so much. Guys, check it out. It's really fun. There's going to be a lot of discussions, particularly about DC, Marvel, Flash, Wally West, how Tatiana hates Wally West.
I love Wally West. Well, don't listen to him. Wally West is my son.
Anyway, so visit that Facebook group. Let's see what we got in the YouTube stream really quickly. Nuke the Fridge is in the YouTube stream. Thank you, Nuke the Fridge. Thank you, Lewis.
We love you,
Pierre,
Fridge.
we're definitely going to be watching Iron Fist soon.
Yes, we
Yes,
are.
we will.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. Look, Pierre, let us know. But guys, unfortunately, we have to wrap it up for today. We're getting pushed off the air, which is always sad because we love spending time with you.
And thank you for liking my glasses, Bethany.
Yes.
And what about Clement's glasses?
They always like your glasses. It's fine.
You know.
This is special. This is special.
Okay. Anyways, guys,
Tati
so thank you for
glasses are
tuning in for
special.
Agents of Marvel this week. Come back next week. We're gonna have a deeper analysis about Thor Ragnarok. Again, comment on the YouTube stream Agents of Marvel and hashtag Agents of Marvel on Twitter. We want to hear what you're saying about all this Marvel news that we talked about today. Thank you so much. And coming from the YouTube studios, we are out. See you next week.
Subscribe.
Bye.